Hello and welcome to this week's Angela Ray Show. I am your host, Angela Ray. So excited to have you all here on tonight. If you are catching the broadcast on the replay, thank you so much for hanging out. Make sure that you put hashtag replay in the comments so we can show you some love after the broadcast. For those of you who will be watching the broadcast live, of course, you know what to do. Love to hear from you all live in the comments in the moment. So, for those of you who will be watching live on tonight, do me a favor. Go ahead and let me know what you are planning to do for spring break. Spring break for many people will be in a couple weeks. For some of you, it will be sometime in April, but I know that most people are planners. And so now is the time to start planning. So let me know exactly what are you planning to do for spring break. And as always, we get the party started with the Ray of Motivation moment. And for tonight's Ray of Motivation moment, I just want to remind you that you can release that which disrupts your peace. You can release that which disrupts your peace. We often take for granted just the idea, the notion, or having in our environment the feeling of peace. And I know that peace looks different for everyone. For some people, peace is a clean home. Peace may be not having to worry about being micromanaged at work. And so, for many people, that's why working from home during the pandemic, while it had its own set of challenges, particularly those who were balancing family life and work life all at the same time and trying to figure out how to manage that all under one roof for the first time, not being in the office and not having to deal with challenging coworkers, people looking over your shoulder, office politics, those kind of things being out of the equation of work brought a sense of peace. I'm just here to remind you that you can release anything that disrupts your peace. So it may be your work environment, it may be a hobby, it may be family members. Can someone say ouch? It may be hobbies, it may be habits, it may be things that you are just so used to doing that you feel that they are a part of you. But in actuality, you can take a step back and look at how you can gently just let something go back to whence it came. So, tonight's Ray of Motivation moment. You can release that which disrupts your peace. So, I'm really excited tonight to close out our Organize to Energize challenge. We started a little bit over 4 weeks ago with our challenge, and we are ending it the same way that we started with our expert professional organizer, and certified life coach, Regina Smithwick. She is the creator and producer of the talk show and podcast, Let's Talk 1943. She is also a motivational speaker. She is an author. And again, she is also a very talented professional organizer and certified life coach. So please help me welcome back Regina Smithwick. Regina, thank you so much for being back on the show tonight.
Thank you for allowing me to come back. I am so excited about this. Thank you so much, Angela. This is wonderful.
Okay,
I'm
so
ready to release. I'm ready to release. I
listen.
heard you.
I yes, and I think that ray of motivation was very important and apropos for tonight because I think so often there are things that we hold on to that are in our physical space that are actually disrupting our peace. Last week on the show, I had a wardrobe stylist. And of course, it's great to be able to put a wardrobe together, but one of her specialties is creating wardrobe capsules and creating these capsules, just from a few very quality pieces. And one of the things that she reminded me and brought to my attention was that so often we have things inside our closets that they don't serve us either. I know for me, there was actually a skirt I had that I've had for 2 years, and I'd never worn it, but it was special to me because I'd worked on this project and I thought it was very nice at the end of my time on set.
Mhm.
the wardrobe stylist like gave me an outfit. She left it in my dressing room, and I thought that was very nice. So that
Mhm.
was why I was holding on to the skirt, but it really wasn't me, and I'd never worn it. And so I realized, okay, it's time to let this one go. What's
Right.
up, Rita Pardo? Thank you so much for being on the show tonight. Ooh, Rita, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I know you've been busy because I follow you on social media. I know you've had a lot going on, but I'm just curious if you've had any opportunity to do anything in terms of the Organize to Energize challenge, whether that was a drawer, whether it was a closet or a
Mhm.
whole room. So would love to hear from you. And yes, Edwin, definitely rocking the Carolina blue. For those of you who
Y'all
may
had a
not
big night,
know,
huh? You had a big night.
listen, okay, I don't even want to get off track on that because one thing I'm not getting rid of, I'm tell you what I have a lot of is my Carolina
Carolina
stuff.
blue.
You know, I have everything from my Coke cans dating all the way back from 1982. I got my cups, I have my pom poms.
Wow.
Yes. Now, granted, I have the special stuff, but it is organized. It's literally all in one little area in a curio. So it's
Okay.
by itself. So, you know, I don't have the whole, it's not everywhere. It's
Okay.
all put together nice and neat. But yes, had a very big night, and a lot of my fellow alum are still being quite petty on social media, and I'm here for it, and I love it. But getting back to those things that disrupt our peace,
Mhm.
and particularly those things in our closet. One of the things that Jennifer was saying last week was, sometimes we get up in the mornings, we go to our closets,
Mhm.
and we're trying to find something to wear. So we're pulling through stuff, we're putting stuff out, because none of this works, and
Mhm.
we find something. But at the end of the night, we hang all that stuff back in the closet and it didn't work. So it's like, why are we holding on to it? So I was very proud of myself for some of the stuff that I got rid of. I was like, "Ooh, this
Okay.
feels good." Yeah, I got rid of now I will be honest, one of the things that she said was, sometimes we think, "You know what? I paid $200 for those shoes and I've only worn them one time. I'm not getting rid of them." But, she made a good point. She said, "The money is spent. You're not going to get it back."
Exactly.
So for those things where the money was spent, but the money was high, I was like, these are things that are going to go either A, to consignment, or B, we're just going to sell it. But then these are things that I'm just going to donate. So yeah. But getting back to our organized to, look, here we go. Rita says, yes, ma'am, I have cleaned. You know what?
You know
I
what?
cleaned out my
Hey.
undies drawer, got rid of all them stringy things. I love it. I love it. I love it, Rita.
That was that spiritual?
So Regina, though, I know that part of your professionalism and part of yes, you are a professional organizer, but you're
Mhm.
also a certified life coach, and so
Mhm.
you with that you bring the expertise on why we hold on to things,
Mhm.
why maybe it's taken some of us. I'm gonna raise my hand because I'm in that us. Why it's taken some of us longer than the 4 weeks, and I'm not going to use that I had to go out of town for a while. Yes, I did, but uh, there's still a but.
Mhm.
Can you talk a little bit about like sometimes why we can't maybe let's start with the closet. I talked a little bit about what our wardrobe stylist shared
Mhm.
last week, but do you have any insight on why do we hold on to clothes?
Now
Why
let's
do we
go
do
talk about
that?
the closet. Let's talk about the closet. So your closet is supposed to be organized to the point that you could be outside your closet and you could pick your outfit out. You should be able to see everything in your closet. And I should be able to go, I'm gonna wear those pants with that blouse and those shoes, stepping outside the closet. You don't even have to touch the clothes. That's an organized closet. I know you're looking shocked, but that's an organized closet.
Did you see the deer in the headlights? I was like, first of
That's
all,
an organized
even
closet.
when I didn't have a whole lot of clothes in college, my closet was never that organized.
Because if you organize it with shirts, pants, it's like I do color code. So I do dark to light, shirts to pants to skirts to dresses. So if you have a certain, if you're like, oh, I need to wear my Carolina blue, you're going to have a whole section of Carolina blue. You know where that blouse will go with those pants and those shoes. So that's the ultimate goal of a closet. Okay. Because what you're trying to do is eliminate processes. You want to save time and you want to streamline. That's the whole purpose organization. All right. So those are the three things you're aiming for. Now, when you say it takes you a long time to clean the closet or anything else, it's because of mental. Because if you have no attachment to it, you'll throw it right out. So your problem is you're attached to things. And so you're talking yourself into circles and trying to tell yourself why you should keep it, just like you gave that prime example. I spent $200 on these shoes, so I'm not going to get rid of them. But every year when you go through your clothes, you keep those shoes, but you do not wear them. But you're still buying other shoes. So now you have extra stuff that you're not using. It's all mental. That's the reason why I did get myself certified in life coaching, because you have to learn how to talk to people on the detachment of items. Is not items, is just what it is. When you leave here, you're not leaving with nothing of stuff. You're not, like Denzel Washington said, there's gonna be a hearse. There's not gonna be a hearse behind you with your stuff in it. You're going out of here with just yourself. So you got to learn how to keep the good stuff, but do like you just said. You just said perfect stuff tonight, Angela. Just like you said with your Carolina blue, you have it in a nice little area. It's displayed that's fine. But when you have over a stuff that's so much that you can't even keep up with it, you don't even know you have it no more. You go, oh, I didn't know I had this. I didn't know.
Okay,
That's
stop
when you
it.
have too
You
much.
sound like Jennifer last week. You in my business. Yes, my Carolina stuff is organized, but I'm gonna tell you right now, last week when I was in my closet and I was getting rid of stuff, I did find items. Like I found this tank top that I hadn't seen that tank top in months, maybe about a year. I didn't, because I didn't. I'm
So what
sorry.
did that tell you though? So let's talk about that. So what does that tell you?
It told me that my closet is color coordinated. I had a friend who came to organize my closet over 10 years ago. So since then, I have the reds and I have the pinks, and it is color coordinated, and I have all the shirts one place. I have suits and blazers in another, and then I have dresses on another side. So in that way, it's organized. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. I got everything in there. I got shoes, I got handbags. I have a whole thing with scarves. But I figured out, I just told my mom what I'm about to do with my scarves, because I never wear them because they're in a bin in the top of my closet. And I'm like, I love my scarves. So I've seen, as I've been researching an organization, people using these over the door shoe racks.
Yes,
And
right.
so I was like, I've never seen it done, but I'm like, I think this will work for me. Put my scarves in those,
So you can
because I
see
can
what you
see
have.
them and I
That's
can
right.
reach them every day, and I will wear them more. So, but
That's what a lot of people do, Angela. They keep stuff. I had cleaned out a house and she kept everything in tins, metal tins.
that you can't see.
You're not going to remember what's in these tins. We have so many. You don't even label them. So you have stuff in tins. I say you got to get clear. That's why the container store is so popular, because everything, think about it, everything in a container store is clear, because you want to see what's in there so you'll be able to use it. You could have every name brand whatever, but if you don't know you have it, you're never going to wear it, and you can keep buying it because you forgot you had it. How many times you went and bought? If you have a certain style, you're going to buy the same stuff. How many times you looked at things like, oh, I got a shirt that's almost like just like this. I didn't even realize I bought two shirts, because you don't remember there's a shirt because the other shirt is buried behind somewhere. That's why you need to declutter and get rid of stuff. Most people wear the same pieces over and over again, even though they have a full closet of clothes. Most people do. A lot of stuff you don't need, but sometimes it's insecurities. Sometimes it's like, I have to have this stuff. That's what
Okay,
I
back
prop
up,
myself
back
up.
up, back up a second. We're gonna rewind, and I'm gonna hit play. Some of that is insecurities. I'm gonna need you to expound on that, because you flying past like you on Delta Airlines, all up in the air. You just going up from Atlanta Hartsfield, going across the country.
All right.
And I think that that's a very, very, very important point. So talk about that. Some of that is insecurities.
Insecurities, what I mean by that is a lot of people buy things for other people. They don't buy it for themselves. They buy it for status quo. They buy it to look good. They buy it by what social media tells them. They just buy because they don't feel good about themselves alone, that they need to have this exterior of whatever this stuff is to make them feel like they're somebody. And so a lot of times we buy things trying to impress other people. If you notice, most of the Fortune 500 people, most of the billionaires in this world wear the same thing over and over and over again. Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates. Look at their
Steve
wardrobe.
Jobs.
Steve Jobs,
always
yeah,
on that
same black turtleneck.
Yes.
Why? Because they said they're not wasting time in making decisions. The decisions they want to make is in the boardroom. The decisions they want to make is changing lives and being whatever they want to be in this world. Each decision you make, your brain doesn't know what the decision is. It knows it's making a decision. They don't know it's simple as a shirt or you're going to be making $1 million contract. It just knows that it's a decision. They feel that I'm not going to waste my decisions on picking out a shirt. I'm going to wear the same thing every day. So that's one thing I at least have to worry about. So we have to put that in perspective. Do you really need to have all this stuff? Do you feel that if you don't have it on, that you're nobody? Do you feel if you don't wear them red bottoms, nobody's going to love you or not going to recognize you or respect you? These men are walking in there with a polo tee. Mark wears t-shirts every day because he doesn't care what you think, because he knows who he is. So a lot of us have to really like peel back. Let's think about it. Why are you buying it? When you buy something next time, ask yourself, why are you buying it? Are you buying it for you, or are you buying it to show somebody else what you have?
Mm, okay.
Food for
We,
thought.
we got some questions coming in. Got some questions coming
Okay.
in. Edwin says, I'm trying to help my mother declutter her house. She has clothes with tags on them and in various sizes. We had an emotional moment last week. Do I
Mm-hmm.
need to be more understanding, or do I need to just be like Victor Newman on YNR?
You know what?
You better not
I'm the
Victor Newman
man.
your mother.
Victor's the man, boy. I grew up on Victor. What I would tell you is you have, and I know it's harder when you're close, and when you're like first degree a separation, when you're a parent, a child or aunt, or it's hard because you get so frustrated. You just want to like, wow, you want to, but you have to understand that they have something going on with them. And just because they're your mother, your father, your aunt, they're human beings. And there's something going on with her that she feels she has to buy things. It's emotional. It's something going on with her because she feels good when she buys stuff, because you know that she don't want to wear it. It's not the wearing of the clothes, it's the purchase of the clothes. When she goes in that store, she touches it, when she feels it, when she pulls that money out, when she buys it, she feels she accomplished something. Like, it's something in her that make her feel good in the purchase. When she gets it home, she throws it, in the rest with the rest of the stuff. But she knows it's there. She knows it's there. It doesn't matter if she wears it or not. It's the point that she knows it's there. So she may need to talk to someone. She may need to talk to someone. I mean, if you watch the hoarder show, it's not saying she's a hoarder, but I'm just trying to give you an analogy. They use people to help talk to these people because they have an issue, because they are putting their feelings into purchase. They don't know how to detach that. And that's why they keep doing what they're doing. Because think about it, if they're not wearing it, there's a reason why they're buying it. So I would say be nice, be nice. Just ask her, say, Mom, why do you buy this? Just tell me why. I don't understand why. Maybe you give her open-end questions. She'll be able to talk to you about it instead of her feeling that she's on defense with you because you're getting upset with her. It is hard. I know it is. I know. I've been there.
Are there general one of the things you said is, there must be something about they get something from buying it. And, I'm gonna be honest, I think many people can relate to buying something on sale. Like I remember, I will never forget this. I was shopping at the mall. I was at Cross Creek Mall, and there was a dress that was $154 dress, and it was on sale for $1.99. I don't know why. But you know about that dress. I wore it a few times. Now, I did.
Everybody
I wore it more than one time. I mean, it was a cute dress, but it's something about that. I think that there's that. We all like to get a good deal. And
mm-hmm.
so, there's that rush. But aside from that, for people who habitually buy, like they're always buying, are there things, general things, because I know everyone's situation may be slightly different. Are there general things that people can mimic those feelings, those same good feelings that they
Mm-hmm.
get from continually buying? Could they get that same thing from something legal and something
Mm-hmm.
safe? That's my disclaimer. I don't know what you about to say, Regina. So something legal and something safe. How could they,
Oh yeah, that's places. Yeah, I mean, but see, that's where the help is needed. Sometimes you may need a certified life coach. Maybe you need someone that specializes in this, because it's a practice. It's a habit that has to be broken. It's something that they have to be intentional with, and they have to actually be accountable for and actually focus on it. So if they have that willpower in themselves, then great, they could do it themselves. But sometimes, just like anything else, we could tell somebody, like, I'm a carb, I love my carbs. You give me a cake, I'm eating it. It's easy to tell somebody, like, put the cake down. You want to lose weight, just put the cake down. It's not easy. Obviously, if it was, they would put the cake down. Just like the same scenario. Just take food out and add clothes. It's the same thing. We have a dependency on things. It doesn't matter what it is. And a lot of us like to devalue what it is because it's not their problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good with cars, but you're not good with shopping. I could go to the store and be like, I ain't buying that. And you can't do that, but I can't put down no cake, but you can. But it
Right.
doesn't make nobody better or worse. We all have vices. We all have things that we are fighting with, and that's just their thing. They just have to buy stuff. The rush that you get is a chemical thing that happens with you. You feel like you beat the system. You feel like you won a prize. You feel like you won the lotto. When you buy something like you just did, from
Listen,
being $100 something to $1 something, you feel like
listen.
let me get this because obviously this something. You know what I'm saying? Like you get that feeling, right? The rush is a feeling, just like you go gamble, that hearing the ding 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 when you hear, you know there's a science to that, right? That's why they do that, because they want you to get that feeling, that rush. When you hear that ding 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 ding, all that money flying down out the thing, it registers in your head. Then you want to continue to get that feeling, and that's why you continue to gamble. Because most people don't just take the money and go home; they put the money right back in the machine because they want to hear that noise again, because it resonates. When you go shopping, marketing people sit in their offices 8 hours a day to do what they did for you to do what you just did. They know what they're doing.
Right.
Marketing people prey on us because they know they spend a lot of money and a lot of time to make sure we come and keep buying from them, right? Because they know they figured out the magic. They figured it out how we programmed up here, and we have to understand that we need to figure out how we program up here so we won't do that. And that takes attentions, it takes accountability, and it takes effort. And sometimes we can't do it by ourselves, but we need to get help.
Well, Rita has a kind of like a scenario to share, which is I remember when my mother-in-law died, she was the first lady, and I was given all her dresses. I couldn't
Mm,
even wear them, but I felt guilty for getting rid of them. Took me 4 years to give them away, and when I did, I felt so free. I felt like that was all I had left of her. But I birthed three of her grandchildren, so I always have a piece of her. I have felt like that too when
mhm.
especially like people who were close to me that maybe they gave me something when they were alive and then they pass away. It's hard to let some things go. So I definitely understand that.
You could keep, and like even in your mother-in-law's situation, if you got a lot of dresses, go through all of them and pick one that you have a great memory about. Like she wore this at your wedding, or she wore this at a function, a family reunion, or something that she did that make you laugh and have a good memory of. Keep that one. Keep that one. It's okay to keep one or two. It's okay. You don't have to give it everything. But when you get a lot, like I tell people, when people pass away, you keeping that whole wardrobe is not going to do anything. What is that going to do for you? Like, it's going to clutter your house up. You're not going to be able to put it nowhere. You're not going to look at it. It's not like every day you get home from work, you pull it out and look at every piece, right? It just sits there and it collects. So grab one or two that gives you the best memory of that person. Like I have, I was adopted. I never met my birth mother, right? My sister, who I just met 2 years ago, had a couple pieces from my mother, her favorite dresses that she wore when she went to banquets and stuff. And she said, you know what, I'm gonna give this to you. And I'm treasuring those because I never met this woman. And just to have a couple pieces of her clothes in my closet, I feel connected with her. It's two dresses, and I'm gonna keep those forever. Okay. So it's okay to keep stuff. But when you had like she said, a perfect example, they like, here's all her dresses. I'm like, what am I gonna do all this? I can't even wear this stuff. So what you said, and the best part, she said, I birthed three of her grandchildren. That's the best gift right there.
Yeah.
They walking around, little hers are walking around your house. That's the best gift. You don't need stuff. You have enough right there with three of them walking around your house. I like how she did that. Perfect.
Yeah, and Edwin, to answer your question, yes, Regina is in North Carolina, so
Yes, I am.
we'll make sure that you'll get her contact information. So we've been talking about clothes. We've been on the clothes thing because that I know
Mm-hmm.
that's big for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Let's switch because I think I feel like clothes and then maybe the kitchen
Ooh.
because I just got like a couple of new plates and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't need them because I have my china
Okay.
that I use, and I'm one who I eat off china. I haven't eaten off it recently, but
Mm-hmm.
I might eat off china once a month just because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm special. I don't need to save it for a special occasion or some
That's
formal
right.
dinner. So I will eat off my china once a month. But my everyday plates are my porcelain plates. I love them. They're square, they're cute, and I feel like I'm eating at home and I'm fancy. But I got these nice. plates. They're like huge scoop plates. And I love
Ooh,
them because I like cooking Asian food. And I've
okay.
been really telling myself, you need to get rid of these because you don't need them. Like you have your everyday porcelain plates. I have my
Mm-hmm.
china. And then I have another set that's just really for decorations, but that I can
Mm-hmm.
eat off of. So let's talk about the kitchen. What goes on in the kitchen, not just with dishes, because I'm saying the dishes is my thing,
Mm-hmm.
but also food.
Mm. Well, we tapped on it a little bit last time. The food is an issue because, like, even my own mother, she will keep buying the same stuff. We already have it in the house. What you have to do, I keep telling mommy, look in the cabinet before you go shopping because a lot of stuff you already have, you keep repeating it and buying it, and then your expiration dates. You got to, and it's gonna take overhaul. You got to do an overhaul now. It's gonna take a moment. You got to overhaul your kitchen first, and then you maintain the kitchen. So you're gonna have to pull everything out, look at all the expiration dates, organize your stuff by pasta, sauces, vegetable cans, have it in sync so you'll be able to know. Like I said, you open up your pantry, you should be able to say, I'm eat string beans with that, with that, with that. That's how it's supposed to be. And what happens is we keep buying food, right? And we keep putting that food in the front. And we never look at the food in the back no more because we just keep using the front food. And sometimes we buy things that we make one time, one recipe, and never touch it again. And it sits in there forever. So we have to clean out. You're supposed to clean your refrigerator out every week. You're supposed to clean out every week because you have a lot of leftovers in there. You got a lot of things in there, a lot of foods, a lot of things that go bad, and we don't look at it. So I would say to you is first is let's do an overhaul of your kitchen. Let's pull out all that stuff out and look and make sure it's not expired. Because I guarantee you there's probably stuff in your thing that's expired. We have spices we have in there for like 20 years. Because we keep buying new spices and it's throw them in the front and never looking behind. And you probably have 5 garlic powders, 4 onion powders. You have paprika about 3 times because we keep buying the same stuff and not. So we wasting money. And so I would say that when it comes to the kitchen with the food part of it, what I end up doing, I end up getting rid of like my pots and pans. I had pots and pans since I was in college, and I would just keep bringing them with me and it's getting a pot here, getting a pot. I said, you know what? I'm going to buy me a whole set. I'm going to get rid of all of this and buy me one set. I'm going to get rid of all my dishes and buy me one set of dishes that match. Everything matches. I'm getting rid of everything because I was like, I'm a grown up. I need a grown up looking kitchen. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no college kitchen. Where you have all these plastic cups and all this stuff. I was like, I'm getting rid of everything. So I did that, and I was like, okay, now I know what I have. I see everything. I know all my pots. I know they're all good. I know they're not scratched up. I know the bottoms are not thin. I know it takes a little investment, but it's worth it though. It's definitely worth it. Especially with Amazon. You can find so many amazing things on Amazon. And they have like pots that has the utensils with the set, and you can just get the whole kitchen set in one shot. So, but I think that will help people with the food definitely.
Well, I did well on my kitchen drawers. I am so proud of my drawers. I those are very well organized. I don't know why I had all of these takeout menus, and I rarely do I order takeout. Like I'll pre-pandemic, I'd eat out sometimes, but
Mhm.
I'm not that person who every Friday night or it's Wednesday, I'm just gonna order this. That's not me. So I was like, why are these menus here? Number one, and number two, all this stuff is on the internet. Like if I want to order it, I can just so I got rid of all of that, and then I got some organizing tools for my cabinets, so they feel a lot better. But let me tell you, the green beans are not necessarily with the corn, and the corn is not necessarily with the grits, and the grits are not like when you said, "Oh, I said I have never thought to organize it that way. I just have the tall stuff with the tall stuff and the short stuff with the short stuff." I never thought like let's organize this by vegetables and by starches
Oh
and
yeah,
all
yeah,
this.
because you could see your meals, right? So you could know, and they'll make it easy for you to cook because you could see your meals when you look in your pantry. You could actually see, okay, because I think about it. If you have everything, you separate everything out. I guarantee you're gonna find 5 of everything. You're going to because like you said, some of the tall things are blocking the short stuff in the back. You probably have 5,000 boxes of Jiffy cornbread back there.
Nah, let me tell you what I don't have. I don't have that because it does not taste like it did when I was in college. So the last time I bought it, which was
Really,
probably about 8, 9 years ago, I was like, no, no,
really,
no. I don't know what they did with this. No, no,
they
ma'am.
changed the recipe.
Listen, okay, and I'm a cook, so I make my own hot water cornbread. So I just
Mm.
fry it up. And something I did on it was I guess it was a organizing thing on accident. I have one of those caboodles that you might
Yeah,
use in the bathroom. That's
yeah.
where all my spices are. So
Ooh,
I literally, except for the bigger ones, I
mm,
literally will pull that out of the cabinet and set it on the counter, and I have all of my spices at my disposal.
that's a
So
good
I
idea.
actually don't have old spices because I
That's a good
use
idea.
them up quite a bit. But yeah, I
If
probably
you're
do
a
have about.
cooker,
What'd you
if you're
say?
a cooker. See, there's a lot of people that don't really cook on a regular basis. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not like I cook to eat. I cook. I have to, but I'm not like I run into the kitchen. Got to cook this recipe. No, that's not me. So I don't use this stuff as much. So if you're one of the type of people that don't cook that much, you're gonna have a lot of stuff that's been sitting around for a while. But for you, who is a cooker, you are more in tune what's in your cabinets because you use stuff more often. So to you, it won't be that hard for you to clean it out because you'll say, "Oh, I just use this. I use all this stuff." So that's in your benefit.
Yeah, and in full disclosure, I used to MC a cooking show. I MC'd it for like 6 years, so had an opportunity to kind of take a makeshift
Mm,
culinary course, on the fly because I was working with so many chefs. So one of the things that we did, we had our own version of Chopped. So I
mm,
saw chefs week after week, for years, just creating these recipes out of stuff that didn't make sense. So I learned how to do that. So I guess that's why organization doesn't bother me because I'm like, oh, well, I know that this is kind of like, Mexican cuisine. So I can mix this with this and I'll throw these
mm.
spices together and that'll go with the leftovers. Or that's what I'll do. I'll look in
And
the
that's
in the
smart.
kitchen in the refrigerator. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, I have this chicken. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna make a little Mexican blend of spices, throw that in there with some corn and black beans, and then make some salsa. And now I have fajitas or burritos or whatever. So that yeah, I think I do chop all the time at home just because I'm like, we're going to eat what's in the house. We're not going to the grocery store. We're going to make this work. And I know it can work because I've seen the chefs do it for
And they do it
years,
all the time, and that's the
all the
whole
time.
show. Yep.
So this is I was reading part of this from Rita. This looks like a very important point.
Hmm.
18 years ago, I purchased a matching plate set with goblet, ceramic pitcher, and everything. It's still in the box. I probably used it once. It was my first purchase, and I felt so proud because I grew up poor, never saw a
Hmm.
matching set. Grateful though. I don't want to break it, so I'm afraid to use it, but it's taking up space. I really need to let it go, but it's challenging. My kids are also young, and I don't want them to touch it. What should I do, Miss Regina?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be truthful. I watched the TED talk one time, and this lady was talking about, and her whole TED talk was about why wait, why wait. She said we always wait to use things. We like, I don't want to use this until a special occasion. I don't want to wear that sweater because of a special occasion. I don't want to use that glass because that's supposed to be for a special occasion. You're living and breathing. That's a special occasion. And we learned that the
Mm,
last 2 years. Okay. So, sweetie, Rita, pull out that stuff and use that. And if it breaks, it just breaks. But it's something that you're proud of. It's something that you brought. It's been there for 18 years. You waited long enough. Enjoy your purchase. You was proud of that purchase. When you drink out of it, you're gonna be proud that this is your first real set. You're gonna be happy to drink out of that stuff. For the kids, don't let them, put it on the higher shelf so they don't touch it. That just be for you to touch it, or the adults in your house to touch. But girl, crack that thing open tonight. Get rid of those boxes and use your stuff. Use it. Because why buy it and you can't even enjoy it? And she made a great point. Why? Why not now? Why are you waiting for a special occasion? You're alive and you're doing great. You have great kids. Celebrate that and crack open that box. 18 years?
yeah.
Time to use it.
And if I could share something to piggyback on that, I mean, hopefully this won't happen, Rita, but let's just say they break a lot of it. One of the things that my grandmother was really good at, and I don't know what happened to this thing that she gave me. I hate to say that I don't have it. She would save small things from her grandkids. And so for me, when I think one Easter, maybe I was about 4 or 5, I was outside in her yard and I got stuck in the mud. And so I lost one of my shoes. So she kept the other one until I was 18. She just kept it on a little shelf. And when I was 18, she gave me that shoe. And when we moved, I guess at some point, it hurt me to my heart that my grandmother kept that shoe all those years because it was just one little small thing, but it was a story behind it. And so
Mhm.
she didn't have tons of things like that. She had little things here and there like that. And I don't, like I said, I don't know what happened to that shoe when we moved. Who knows? It might be in storage somewhere.
Mhm.
Um, But if they were to break a few things, you could literally just keep maybe a plate and a goblet in a little container
Mm-hmm.
if you've used it and you've had fun with it, and it would always be a reminder. But my grandmother was really good with that. She had a lot of little small things here and there that had these great stories or these great memories with them, and she kept them again. And she was not a hoarder, but she had these little things that were very momentous, and then she would share them with us. Um so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and especially when she said that it was her first purchase. She grew up poor, and she said it was a great accomplishment for her to do. So you're gonna enjoy using that set because that's the first big girl purchase that you made, and something you could say that I have achieved this goal. So yeah, we need to enjoy life more. We need to just do things more. Like certain things I used to save, I wear stuff. I wear it all the time now because she made a great point. I wear it. Every day is a special occasion. Just wear it. If you want to wear a prom dress every day, wear it. It's a special occasion. Well, whatever.
Don't have me going up in Aldi with my prom dress on. Please don't. Please don't suggest that, okay? Because I do not need people to like, is she okay? Like, yeah. But that's one of the reasons why I eat out of my china. I do not like. I don't save it. I
Mm-hmm.
at least usually about once a month I'm eating on china, and it may not even be a big meal. Now I don't eat a sandwich on it, but if I
But
cook,
yeah,
I'm like, you know what? I want to eat on my china tonight.
it makes you feel good.
I don't save it. I look, I have some put away so that, in case all that the china that I'm eating on gets chipped or whatever, we still have some that, we can
That's
use for
right.
a special occasion. But yeah, I don't save it. I don't save it at
Oh
all.
yeah, you stayed it long enough. That's a long time. It's almost 2 decades.
Definitely,
Mhm.
definitely. Well, Edwin, Regina's information is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. And then also, I know that Rita, one of the things you said, you were able to take some things to Goodwill. Everyone, please, please, I would love to see some before and after pictures.
Yeah.
Or, if you forgot to take the before, if you have some after, you want to take a picture and share it, be sure to send it to the A list at angelaray.tv. Again, that's the A list at angelaray.tv. Regina has been so gracious to donate 2 organizing planners. And so we're
Mhm.
going to give those away. Want to definitely receive and see what you all are doing. See how, having guests. We started off with Regina. I don't know if you all remember, we also had Aisha Tatum, who talked about
Mhm.
some of the emotional things behind why we hold on to things. Then we also had Jennifer on last week, our wardrobe capsule specialist. And we had one more. I'm going off the top of my head. We had one more in between there, and I cannot remember that off the top of my head. However, we've had quite a few people who've provided different pieces of the puzzle to
Mhm.
help us get organized. And so if you're still getting it together, I know for me, like that, the way she explained that wardrobe, there was something that clicked that was like, okay, let's get rid of this stuff. And I immediately was able to get rid of quite a few clothes. So would love to see or just hear your testimonies if you want to email those in. As we're wrapping up, Regina, do you have any final thoughts?
I would say I'm glad and I'm proud of your audience who took the challenge and did the challenge. I really hope that it changes your life because it does. People think that cleaning your closet is just clean your closet, but it's a therapeutic feeling. It's like a canvas. It's like you start off and then you clean up your canvas and you can step back and look at it and it makes you want to just breathe a little deeper, just to take off the stress of figuring out things and having too much stuff. More stuff doesn't make you better. Less stuff makes you clearer. It makes you think. You know, God asks us to be clean, for us to be, God at least is cleanness. You're supposed to be clean, you're supposed to be structured. And this is the best way of doing it. And it'll make your life so much better. And this is the best time of the year because now we're going to switch out to our summer clothes. And so this is a good time of the year to do that. So that would be my final thought. Just live a simple life.
Edwin has a question for you. Do you have any favorite apps for organizing and getting rid of stuff?
No, I'm old school. I don't use an app for that. I don't use an app for that. No, I just go out there and clean and I do well, I can tell you my system is I do toss, keep, and donate. And then I guess Facebook Marketplace because people sell their things too. So it's 4 piles. I just separate them in 4 piles and that's what I do.
Now, Rita says, y'all say baby clothes, asking for a friend.
I think it's a friend, Rita. I saved two pieces. I saved their first outfits coming home, and I saved their Christian out the outfit they got their Christian outfits. That's it. There's only two ones I saved.
Okay. I don't think I look. I'm not even. I don't remember. I don't have a dress or any that I know of. I don't know if my mom has anything from when I was a kid. Like I said, my grandmother had that shoe forever, and I hate that I don't know where that shoe is. But my niece, I got her when she was maybe about 6 or 7 years old. I
Mhm.
won't. We a nickname that I had for her, so I won't say it on the air. But I got it put on the back of the shirt, and it's a Carolina. It's like a little Carolina shirt, or it might be even be like a onesie actually, and she kept it. Like she kept it. And so she's 20, she's 26 and she still has it.
Wow. See, but that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. But that's something that special pieces is okay to keep. It's just not keeping
Hmm.
your full wardrobe. That's all.
Yeah. Well, Regina's information is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You have her website, her Instagram, as well as her Facebook. And I'm sure I may be talking to her in the coming weeks, and we'll be
Mhm.
doing the drawing as well in the coming weeks. So, Regina, thank you again for coming back
Thank
and
you.
for
Thank
sharing
you.
with us and pouring into us. And I look forward to, maybe we might have a 1 year anniversary of the Organized to Energize.
Yes.
I remember when Oprah had, I don't know what year it was, 2006, 2007, she had a lot of people on her show that had watched this documentary called The Secret. And so a year later, she had them back on her show to talk about how their lives had changed. So who knows? We might do like a 1 year anniversary next year. And hopefully, we will be in a different place as it pertains to the
Yeah.
pandemic as well.
We
And,
can talk about the
and see.
secret too, because I love the secret.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. It's on Netflix right now too.
Yes, it is. I watched
Um,
it a couple
but
times.
and I don't want to get too far off subject, but I noticed it's edited differently from the original DVD that I have. I was like, hold up.
You
They
wonder
edited, so
why,
let me
right?
just say it like this. Somebody's edited out. Like because I'd seen it so many times. I was like, wait a minute. She's saying this, but this other person normally says this. So I don't know. Anyway, that's
That's
a whole other
reason.
story. Whole other
Mhm.
story. But Regina, thank you again for hanging out with us tonight. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too. All right, that is it for the Angela Ray Show on tonight. Thank you all so much for joining. I would love to hear from you all. I know many of you who are commenting tonight, you are some of our regular viewers. So we're going to be looking to shift some things up in the future. And so I'd love to hear from you in the comments, whether or not we get your comment live tonight on the air or whether you comment a little later, especially for those of you who will be watching this on the replay. Let me know. What kinds of guests would you like to see on the show? What are some subjects that you would like to see us discuss? If you want to, you can send an email to the A-list at angelaray.tv, or you can place it in the comments. Again, that email address is the A-list at angelaray.tv. And that is it for tonight's show. As always, I would like to remind you of Ray of Motivation number 54. Cleaning a mirror does not change the person who is reflected in it. Until next time, I encourage you all to go out and be the change